welcome to our top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is our real quick show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that are releasing this week to your local comic book store, whether it be Infinity Flux here or at infinityflux.net. All these will be available while supplies last, so hurry on over there. You can already start doing your orders, but this was a ginormous week.
Huge week.
So big, so many books to read. But we've grabbed 10 of the top ones that we want to tell you about. And I'm actually going to start off this time with Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. So this is, I could talk about this for a long time. This is so many things. It's the return of the Long Halloween universe. Sadly, we lost Tim Sale a few years ago. So a lot of supporting artists are coming in to tell this story along with Jeff Loeb. And so if you're familiar with the Long Halloween story, this takes place a few years after, where it looks like maybe there's a copycat killer to the Holiday Killer that has emerged. But you'll have to read it to find out. There's a lot going on here. But just a great return to this. It feels like, even though you've got Eduardo Risso on the art here, it still feels like that classic Long Halloween dark, seedy Gotham that you know and love. So don't miss this one. It is going to be big. Beginning of this miniseries.
My first one is Wolverine Revenge #2. This one was every bit as good as the first issue. After the horrific events of the last issue, though, Wolverine is now out for revenge, as the title says, and he's trying to track down Sabretooth, Omega Red, Colossus, and Mastermind. And to track them down, he reaches out to some allies who I didn't expect to see, but totally makes sense that they're the ones that he reaches out to. He does confront two of his targets in this issue. I won't tell you which ones they are, but it gives us some really violent, bloody, awesome action. Just another great issue of this series.
Well, next up for me, I've got a really cool one. This is Corin Howell's Lilith #1. It's a new book from Vault, and the story and art is by Corin Howell. And in this, we've got this character you see on the cover named Lilith, and she is a model. She's got kind of an attitude. And also, she's a human-eating demon.
Oh.
But people don't know that. But she, if someone makes her mad or someone's a little weird to her, she will eat them, and then her supernatural cat will finish off what's left. But she's trapped on Earth. But a chance encounter with someone who owns a bookstore might give her a way that she can leave this earthly plane and go back to, I guess, hell where she's from. So a really cool, new, dark, minimal palette book from Vault.
Well, next is the Lobo Cancellation Special. Now, this is a one-shot. This is great. This is about these aliens come to find Lobo to get his help in finding a missing girl, one of the aliens' daughters. They want him to help rescue her from this big evil guy called Murder Crotch Slaughterface. And it's exactly what you would think it is. There's a lot of over-the-top violence and action. It's very funny. Before Lobo can go save this girl, though, he has to go to the bar that he was at when he lost his bike and all of his clothes and weapons and stuff. And there's a whole big fight scene there. Everything that you would expect a Lobo book to be is in here, and it's great. I would love for this to be an ongoing series.
Next up for me, one I've been looking forward to. This is Turtles of Grayskull. This is Master Universe and Ninja Turtles meeting up. And this is written by Tim Seeley with art by Freddie Williams II, which the art in this is fantastic. And what's great about this, it jumps right into the story. There's not a whole lot of build-up or anything. When we get into here, the Turtles have already made their way to Eternia. We get a great catch-up of how they're there and everything. But He-Man is missing from Eternia, and it is up to the Turtles and the Masters of the Universe to find him. Some weird stuff's going on where the mutagen ooze in Eternia is turning Skeletor's minions into kind of like super versions, super mutated versions of themselves. And this has a surprising connection back with the original Mirage Turtle run that I think a lot of Big Turtle fans will be a fan of. But if you're looking for a fantastic art, super nonstop action, really fun fest, you'll want to check this one out.
Next up, I've got the Manchurian #1. Now, this is the first in a series of books known as the Horizon Experiment, which is 5 different one-shots that feature a protagonist from a marginalized community that's put in a popular genre. So in this one, we have essentially a Chinese James Bond named Calvin Lowe. He is a Manchu, which is a secret agent that is assigned to protect Chinese spies. He's trying to protect this woman named Jillian, who works for this large corporation. They think she is selling secrets to their competitors. So he has to sort of make sure that she's okay and try to figure out this whole thing. But this was really cool. A very James Bond type story. This is a one and done story, but with the way it ended, maybe we'll see more.
Next up, I've got a new one called Violet Flowers. And this is going to be a 4-part miniseries by Maria Lovett doing the writing and the art. And this is about a group of vampires who come together when one of their own has been killed. And for one thing, that shouldn't happen. Also, the one that's been killed is known as a sentinel, and they are kind of the watchers over of all these supernatural worlds. They include werewolves and witches and all of that. So that this particular one has been killed is not good. And this vampire's sister hears about it. She decides to go and figure out what happened, and she thinks she might know who is the cause of it. But if you know Maria Lovett's stuff, it's cool, it's dark, it's sexy, it's all of that stuff wrapped into one with her really unique art style. So if you like some dark romance vampire stuff, you will like Violet Flowers.
Next up is Creepshow Volume 3, Number 1. Now, I actually haven't read this yet. Some of our books did not arrive to the store till today, so I did not have a chance to read this. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about it because Creepshow is back. And just like all of the other books, this gives us 2 spooky stories, just quick little one and dones. The first one's called Let Her Rip, written by Chip Zdarsky and art by Kagan McLeod. And then the other one is called Scrimshaw, written and drawn by James Stokoe. I flipped through it. It does look appropriately creepy. And so, yeah, perfect, just in time for spooky season.
And lastly, for me, I've got a Violator number 1. So this is really interesting. The C cover, the Todd McFarlane cover for this came out last week, but the A cover and the B cover come out this week. It's just some weird kerfuffle with scheduling, but I kind of feel like this is the official release week for this book, and it's really cool. It's the origin of Violator through 6 issues narrated by the Violator, but this goes all the way back to when he was an angel and he got deceived by Lucifer and talked into joining this rebellion of angels against their creator and his fall to earth and him becoming the Violator. It is a really cool, really ethereal, high concept issue, but I thought it was super, super cool. So if you're a Spawn fan, you'll definitely want to check this out because it is some classic feeling Spawn story.
And last for me is Uncanny X-Men number 3, and this issue furthers the mystery of who these young new mutants are and who or what is Sarah that we were introduced to last issue. One of the X-Men does leave the team, although it might be temporary, but Nightcrawler shows up to help train these young new mutants who are very powerful but also very inexperienced. So yeah, just more mystery in this book. We don't have a lot of answers to everything that's going on yet, but we do know that all of these different story points are going to converge at some point.
And that is it for our top 10 quick comic picks. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, head over to infinityflux.net right now where you can order these books while supplies last. There's some huge books coming out this week that you're not going to want to miss out on, especially, Batman, Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, and so many more. So head on over there now and get them while you can. And until next time, see ya.